what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, let's talk some boxing. Talk possible opponent for Canelo Alvarez. And also, it seems that Ryan Garcia could have an alternative route to another lightweight belt where he don't have to fight Luke Campbell. So let's talk about that. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and we can start off with Canelo. I mean, we've been talking about Ryan Garcia and making, you know, a track record of speaking on what's going on. So Canelo Alvarez is in negotiations with David Lemieux. I know John Ryder threw his name in the hat. I heard Matthew Macklin, the old boxer that got KO'd by Golovkin. He got KO'd by Sergio Martinez first. Says that Callum Smith is up next for Canelo Alvarez, which I don't believe that to be true. They said it's going to be a non-champion. So I heard that Callum might be trying to move up. I do know, I couldn't tell you that Gilberto Ramirez is actively trying to buy himself out from top-ranked contract. So that's something that you don't hear a lot of people saying. So he's been trying to buy himself out from top rank for a minute. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with him in his career. He's trying to go over to the DAZN and I guess fight Dimitri Bivol, or I don't know. But that's what's going on. But it sounds like Canelo and David Lemieux might be the move. David Lemieux is the cheaper option. He's a Golden Boy fighter. He's not going to ask for a lot of money. This is his last opportunity at a title shot. David Lemieux can crack. He may be the biggest puncher that Canelo fought. It's debatable if he hit harder than Golovkin or not. Golovkin is a good fighter, but he doesn't have the velocity on his punches as David Lemieux. But Golovkin's a better fighter. He can use a jab. He got footwork. He got ways to get the bomb. He got missiles to get the bomb there. And Lemieux, you know, he don't really have boxing skills to get his bomb there to bother Canelo Alvarez. So, but one thing you do need to beat Canelo Alvarez is punching power. And I'm not sure at 68 to 160 pounds or around that area, I don't know who got more pop in his punches than David Lemieux. So if David Lemieux can end up touching Canelo Alvarez, which I don't imagine happening, I believe he got good as any chance of winning as anybody around that division, because you're not going to win a decision versus Canelo. So to be honest, in some ways, David Lemieux may have better chances than Billy Joe Saunders to win, because Billy Joe Saunders can't knock out Canelo. Even if you knock out Canelo, you lucky to get a draw, you know, and Canelo gonna win regardless. So you got to knock him off. So David Lemieux, in some way, in some shape, form, and fashion, is, you know, he got a chance. He can bring that smoke. He can bring that power. And if, you know, he can catch Canelo like Jose Cotto, Miguel Cotto brother called him, then maybe we got an interesting fight. And during the pandemic, you're not gonna get grade A fights. You're not going to get them grade A, you know, big organic eggs. You're going to get them $1.99 eggs right now. And that's what people got to understand. People can talk about how bad top-ranked boxing is right now, but they can't force fighters to be ready. Just plain and simple. They can't force fighters to get the proper sparring or to get in shape and get ready. It's just the fact of the matter is a lot of fighters ain't ready. So, you know, with all the complaint and backlash that Top Rank is getting, they might as well, honestly, you know, have waited to come back when they could put some formidable foes out there. Maybe come back with a Shakur Stevenson card, and then when some of the other guys like Crawford is ready, Kabelaskas is ready. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Boots Putin, Tyson Fury, Teofimo Lopez is ready. Come back with the bigger fights if fans don't complain. But at the end of the day, they should have waited, in a lot of fans' opinion. But let's see what Canelo bringing to the table. I mean, we seen Chris Eubanks Jr. throw his name in the hat. It seemed that Derevyanchenko is going to take on Charlo. That's where I heard that it was Derevyanchenko's option. It seemed that Derevyanchenko got the word from Al to take on, you know, Jamal Charlo now. So Jamal Charlo and Derevyanchenko should be coming back at you. They actually wanted to do David Benavidez versus Jamal Charlo, but you know it didn't work. David Benavidez wanted to tune up. People saying, well, wasn't the Romero Angulo fight signed? No. A lot of times, like Kenny Porter said, a lot of fights ain't signed until the weigh-in. You know, a lot of times PBC operate on a handshake agreement. So, but I'm not opposed to Canelo David Lemieux. Somebody fought me up in the comment section saying I was lying. Well, Eddie Renasso said he wasn't an opponent. He's the coach. You know, he don't know what's really pretty much going on and how shit gonna change. So now David Lemieux is back in the picture, like I said he was about a month or two ago. So, you know, Haney will be probably fighting on Canelo undercard in September. But, you know, I'm not opposed to it because David Lemieux got good a chance as anybody else, if not better than some of your favorite fighters. Because if you outbox Canelo, they going to still give it to Canelo. Floyd outboxed him 12-0 and got a draw on, was it L.A. Bird or C.J. Ross? I think it was L.A. Bird's scorecard. So, you know, David Lemieux can land that one-punch shot, then we in the game. But Canelo, he ain't as rangy as I don't think he's as rangy as Golovkin. Golovkin was able to pop. He just kept Golovkin didn't go in there and fight a dumb fight versus David Lemieux. He know how to play Mexican style, who he want to play with. That David Lemieux fight and the Curtis Stevenson fight, he kept that jab down their throat. He boxed, he sticked, he moved, and then, you know, he tenderized the meat. Then he threw it on the grill, cut it up, served it to his kids and his family, and it's all she wrote. I think he stopped Lemieux, and he ended up stopping Curtis Stevenson for a fact. You know, and you know, with David Lemieux, he just ain't never really learned how to use his power and how to make it dynamic. You know what I'm saying? How to set it up, how to work off the jab, how to slip, how to counter, how to touch to the ribs. You know, how to whoop, whoop. He ain't really learned that. David Lemieux just coming in to land heat. He don't even know how to come up and slip. Remember, Barbershop Conversation tried to slip versus Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter hit him with the Bruce Lee way. You know, these barbershop knew how to do this. You know what I'm saying? And Kenny Porter was like, "This is for Whitlock." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's all she wrote. So, you know, when you look at those type of situations, Lemieux just ain't been trained the right way. You know, he should have got an American trainer, you know, showed him how to use that power. And he got good hand speed, too. You know what I'm saying? But I expect Canelo to be Canelo. Slick, you know, stick and move, shoot, touch to the body. I expect Canelo to get the stoppage. Won't be no fans involved at all. But, you know, that is what it is, man. But, you know, sorry I had to restart. Mason looked like he was going to throw up. So we're going to finish the second half of the video with Mason here with us, man. But yeah, I think Canelo is going to stick and move, counter. I think a body shot or an uppercut might be the ticket to a stoppage. But if he don't stop David Lemieux, it wouldn't surprise me. But I expect him to stop David Lemieux, handle his business if he do fight. But if he fight Eubanks Jr., I mean, I'm with it. Eubanks is probably going to get plummeled by Canelo. He'll keep coming forward, and maybe Canelo will be the first to stop the Eubanks Jr. with a counter shot. Once again, I think it's going to be an uppercut, a counter uppercut with him rolling, or him catching Eubanks leaning in forward. I'm not sure how much Rory's improving Chris Eubanks. First thing they need to work on is just basic footwork and the jab. Now, them people that coached him versus James DeGale, that's who he should have stuck with. They was technically getting him right, getting him patient, getting the footwork together. His feet wasn't all over the place. But to be honest, it don't matter. My preference would probably be David Lemieux, just because he got a puncher's chance. Eubanks gonna go in there and get ran through. Maybe he got enough. He come in there and bring pressure Canelo. He just gonna take a beating. I just think Lemieux got a power to put Canelo out. But if they want to do Chris Eubanks Jr., I'm gonna tune in regardless. It's better than the fights that we've been getting on Top Rank. So, I mean, I'm gonna tune in and check out Canelo fighting Lemieux, Chris Eubanks Jr. If it's John Ryder, if it's Calvin Smith, if it's Quaker Oatmeal guy, I'm gonna tune in and watch. So let me know who you think it's gonna be. But it sounds like to me the angle's always been David Lemieux, and that's what they probably going to do. But like I said, Charlo will probably be fighting Lomachenko. Not sure what they planning to do on Fox or Showtime. I just know he had 2 deals on the table, and Al Heyman, his advisor, he's also the Lou DiBella fighter, and we're gonna talk about another Lou DiBella fighter in a minute. Advised him to take the Charlo fight. So I don't know if he chose it or Al advised him to take that fight. That's his prerogative. I like the fight for the title, and we'll see. Right now, the NFL is making fans sign waivers to come watch the game and wear face masks. So things are starting to change. So we might see some fans in some of those PBC fights. Texas is starting to reverse, and they might go back in the stay-at-home order. So I'm not sure if they'd be able to fight in Texas, but Vegas may be close. There may be some other places close. Ohio might be a place that's close. I ain't heard nothing bad about Ohio numbers or nothing like that, and I live right here in Detroit, and it seems like they doing fine in Ohio. So let's get to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia may go the WBO route versus Emmanuel Tagoe. I don't know who this dude is. I know I mispronounced his last name. He is the one of the top contenders, maybe even the number one contender for the WBO belt. So they are also talking about Ryan Garcia doing a title eliminator with another Lou DiBella fighter. He's from Ghana. He lost. He got knocked out his pro debut. He done won like 31 or 30 straight fights. He got 15 knockouts, one loss by TKO in his pro debut. He has fought nobody I noticed on his resume. So this may be the way Ryan Garcia goes. Ryan Garcia was given a 48-hour extension because of the holiday to decide whether or not, he wants to fight Luke Campbell. Like I said earlier, even Andre Ward say he don't think the fight gonna happen on the telecast yesterday. So we'll see if Ryan take the fight, but I think he gonna go this WBO title eliminator route. I think if Lomachenko win or lose, let's say he win versus Teofimo Lopez, he going back down. If he lose, Teofimo Lopez going back up, and Ryan will be fighting for a vacant WBO belt. If he beat Luke Campbell, he still got to fight Devin Haney, and I think if Devin Haney lose, but I think he still got to fight Devin Haney, and I still think that fight is premature for Golden Boy and Matchroom to make. So I can envision Ryan Garcia going down the WBO route. I think most people don't believe Ryan gonna take this fight. I don't. I haven't looked at any film of this guy, but Lou DiBella, he stays signing, a foreign talent, but I don't think this kid is gonna Ryan Garcia level, and it's the fight Ryan gonna take. I think Ryan gonna go to WBO route. It's gonna be named as a title eliminator. The number one contender, by the way, is Lee Shelby. Yes, the guy that fought Eric Hunter. He got beat by Josh Warrington. People don't know Lee Shelby started off as a lightweight and came down as a featherweight. He'd be fighting George Camboso in an IBF title eliminator, so that knocks him out the way. So that makes Ryan in this Emmanuel Tagoe type of fight. So this is the type of fight that Ryan is probably going to take. Like I said before, Leonard Ellerby even said, I believe Ryan can clip Luke Campbell. He's saying that because it's in his best interest. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been some talk, especially from Ryan Garcia, that, he could fight Gervonta Tank Davis in December. So, I mean, if you got a fight that's in the discussion and close to coming to materializing for December with Gervonta Tank Davis, do you want to take the chance of Luke Campbell, fighting Luke Campbell when the belt not on the line? Would you take a chance on fighting WBO title eliminator, getting the vacant belt? And I really think they're going to go the vacant belt route. And probably if they do fight Tank in December, that is what it is. They can do it, and then they can fight for the vacant WBO belt. Shortly after that, if they're able to beat Tank, it'd be interesting if Tank beat Ryan Garcia. Will he, be in position to fight for the WBO belt since he got the regular belt? But he would probably have to drop the regular WBA belt. Or if whoever win the fight, Loma go down and Teo go up if he win, or Loma go down if he win. Will they just upgrade Gervonta from regular to super WBA belt? That is $1 million question. But either way, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, they not trying to fight nobody. They trying to, take the route of least resistance in the sport of boxing. But like I said before with Ryan Garcia, even his believers, his hardcore fans are starting to pretty much poke holes and have doubts. They may not admit it on wax. They might not admit it on their channels. They may not admit it on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or on their YouTube channels, but they starting to have doubts that how good Ryan Garcia is. And he is a grade A gimmick right now. If he don't take the Luke Campbell fight, man, I don't hear nothing from y'all. He asked for $2 million to fight Jorge Linares. He ducked Linares. This is a dude that just been knocked out twice by Lomachenko and Pablo Cesar Cano. He ducked that fade. He's a Golden Boy fighter, so it shouldn't be no issue about negotiations. All right. He also probably gonna duck the Luke Campbell fade to fight for the WBO title. But if he turn around and fight for that WBO title and then fight Tank in December, I understand, and we'll see how him and Tank play out if they do fight in December. But that's got me thinking like Tank not fighting Leo Santa Cruz, because I did hear Leo Santa Cruz and Tank is probably gonna come after Danny and Earl Spence, and that fight is looking forward to take place in November. Like I said before, Spence is having the third post put in his mouth. He said he can't spar till September. So, we don't know. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. But I hear that Leo and Tank is supposed to go down in the Southern California area, or maybe they're waiting for fans to be allowed. So we truly don't know. And at one point, I thought Spence was going to fight in Texas before they started kind of reversing. They stayed to the stay-at-home order again. and they was allowing capacity, a certain amount of capacity crowd, but we don't know. But I expect Ryan to go the route of least resistance. Let me know if you feel me in the comment section or you disagree. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal description. Best way to donate is share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think about this Canelo maybe versus David Lemieux, Eubanks, John Ryder, long shot Callum Smith. Let me know what you think about Ryan Garcia avoiding Luke Campbell, maybe going the WBO route one time for the one time. We gone.